Hey guys, it's Sanem and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. I am very excited. If you cannot tell by my face, I'm super giddy because I think this is one of the best drugstore dupe videos that I've done, that I've found, like drugstore dupes that I've found for high-end products. The amount of money that I have saved you guys is insane. So you guys are gonna absolutely love it. Well, I hope you do. And if you want to see what drugstore dupes I found, one side is high-end, one side is drugstore, even though it looks like one, then keep on watching because it's going to be a good one. I'm going to be starting off with the high-end side first, which is going to be this side. For the high-end side, for primer, I'm going to be going into the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filt'r kind of primer, highlighter situation. I'm sure you guys know all about this product. This one is in the shade number 2 light. Did I say this side? Yeah, this side's going to be the high-end side. And I am just going to be using this as my glowy primer today. Now this is a little bit dark for me, and the dupe I have is a complete dupe. I did a whole video of the dupe comparing this and the dupe side, but the shades are a little bit different. So this is a little bit of a darker shade. I'm just going to be blending it out with my fingers, but it leaves you with a beautiful, beautiful glow on the skin. If you can't justify paying however much it is, I will have the prices on the screen. I think it's like 36 or something. I mean, like, look at my skin, it looks absolutely beautiful. But if you can't justify paying that much, this is literally the exact same thing. The exact same thing. This is the Collection Cosmetics Filter Finish highlighter booster, complexion booster, and this is honestly the same. Even the doe for applicator is exactly the same. This is in the shade Air 1, and this actually is a lot better for me in terms of the color. But I will say, I mean, they literally are exactly the same thing. The only thing I would say is that I feel like the Charlotte Tilbury side does give a little more coverage, whereas this side is just ever so slightly a little more sheer. But in terms of the glow, smoothing out the skin, making the skin look nice and perfected and just naturally glowy, it's pretty much the same. Like this, you can see already this shade is a lot better, whereas this is slightly dark here. This is more than a fraction of the price to get the literal same effect. I do have a concealer dupe. Now, they might not be the same shade, but the formula, because I was going through my collection and I'm like, when I do these videos, I really try to make sure that it's a good dupe, if not a perfect dupe. And even if the shades aren't the same, the formula is the same. So for the high-end side, I'm going to be going into the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Retouch Concealer. This is a little bit of a pricey concealer, you know, it's high-end, but it's a great concealer. It's very full coverage. It's a thicker, creamier consistency. So I'm going to be going into this before I do the foundation, because the foundation I'm going to be going into is a powder foundation. And this is just one of the nicest, creamiest, full coverage, high-end concealers that I own. It does not crease on me. And this is a really nice shade. The shade I do have is 140. So the main thing with this concealer is it is a thick consistency. It's not a super liquidy concealer. It's a very thick formula, but still enough to, you know, be blendable. It's not like a super cakey concealer or anything like that. But the one that I found, which is pretty much the same in terms of the formula, is the Essence Camoflauge Matte Concealer. This is also a very heavy duty concealer. It's waterproof, it's full coverage, but again, creamy and smooth looking underneath the eyes. This is one of my holy grail concealers. And again, price, actually the shade is pretty much the same. Oh my goodness. This is just, the price is just like, what, £3 or something? Because this is my holy grail concealer, I'm always going to prefer this more than the Fenty. This is the same consistency. It's thick and it's not a super liquidy concealer, but I do feel the Fenty is maybe just slightly more thicker. But they both have a matte finish, they both are very blendable, and they stay on all day, they don't crease. So that is what my skin is looking like. For foundation now, because I mean, my skin, look at that. I wouldn't even need to use foundation. It looks super perfected already just with a little bit of concealer. And then that booster, like complexion product, literally looks like foundation on my skin. And I don't have perfect skin. At least I feel like I don't have perfect skin. And it just looks great. Just concealer and that. But I am going to go into my foundation. So for the high-end side for foundation, I'm going to be using a powder foundation. And the one I have here, which I absolutely love, is the MAC Studio Fix Powder Foundation. So this can be used as a setting powder, like a face powder, or actually as your foundation as well. It's in the shade NC20. And it looks like this, a beautiful yellow toned powder. Does come with a sponge as well, and it's very full coverage. So I'm going to be taking a big brush, and I'm basically just going to, I'm not going to swirl it because then I would have a lot of fallout. I'm just going to tap it into the product and just tap into my skin. So what this does is pushes in the product so it's nice and even, but also gives you a very even coverage and finish. This is a full coverage powder foundation. It's the most full coverage powder foundation that I own. Well, we'll see about the dupe. But this is one of the best powder foundations because it literally stays in place. You can touch it up throughout the day. It never looks drying or cakey, at least on my skin. And I just feel like it really just locks everything in. This is literally close to it, if not the same thing. Pretty much. And this is the E.L.F. Camo powder foundation. So this is a very full coverage also powder foundation from E.L.F. And this one is in the shade 140W, which is also a yellow tone. So if I just compare it to the MAC Studio Fix, you guys can see the color. I did a whole video on this as well, and spoiler alert, I love it. This is one of the best powder foundations that I have tried from the drugstore, and again, the price, you cannot beat it. I mean, if you're just looking for a powder foundation and you don't want to be spending too much money on a MAC one, when you can literally get the same thing from E.L.F., just go for the E.L.F. one, you know? That's why I love these videos, because you literally get the same thing for more than a fraction of the price. The only thing with this is it has a ton of fallout, and it does pick up a lot of product. So it's a little more on the kind of powdery side, but wait till you see. Watch this. Boom. Instantly full coverage, matte, flawless. Oh my gosh. Smooth looking. With this one, because it is more on the powdery side, I do like to buff this in with a fluffier brush, and it just gives me this airbrushed finish. I almost like this one more than the MAC Studio Fix, even though the MAC Studio Fix is one of my holy grails. But since I've bought this, I've been loving this one a little more, because I just feel like with this, it just looks a little smoother, and I don't know, I kind of like the shade better. Like, this looks almost slightly dark, but it could be the Charlotte Tilbury primer. But this is just a really nice shade. Honestly, the makeup just looks like one at the moment, does it not? I mean, a literal dupe for the powder foundation. So for bronzer, this one, again, this is the Charlotte Tilbury. A lot of Charlotte Tilbury products. This is the Filmstar Bronze and Glow bronzer duo. So this is basically, this is pricey. I think this is like £50. This comes with a nice bronzer and a highlighter. I'm going to be using the bronzer, maybe the highlighter, but we'll see. So the bronzer, I'm going to go into this, which has a slight sheen, so it's not completely matte. And I'm just going to, just checking I'm on doing the right side. I'm just going to use this as my bronzer. This is a beautiful shade. A very nice shade for light, fair to light skin tones. You can see it's not super dark or anything like that. And I mean, it's pricey and it's a great formula and great shade, but it's not worth the price. There is no way, I don't think I would repurchase this product, because it just is not worth the price, you know? I mean, it's a nice bronzer, but with makeup these days, you can literally find the same thing. And I have, so... the product that I found is pretty much a dupe, but maybe not the exact same shade. So this is really beautiful on the skin. It looks very natural, contoured, warms up my skin, and I really like it. It's smooth. It has a tiny little sheen to it as well, so again, not completely matte. But the dupe I found, and I'm switching brushes, is from I Heart Revolution, which is the little mini chocolate bar palette. This is the Bronze and Glow. Oh my god, is it literally called the same thing? Bronze and Glow Bronze and Glow. Oh my goodness. They even copied the name. So this is from iHeartRevolution. Does it look the same? Because to me it does. Bronzer and the highlighter. Let me show it side by side. This is what it looks like. I mean, the highlighter in here looks slightly more yellowy, and this one looks just a little more on the like neutral side. But the bronzers are pretty much very similar. Switching brushes, let's go into the bronzer. The bronzer also isn't matte. It has a little bit of a sheen as well. So again, like same thing. Oh, you know, I even like this bronzer a lot better. It's so funny when I actually do these videos and I compare the high-end side to the drugstore side. I actually start noticing how much I love the drugstore side a lot more. And it's just a bonus that these are going to cost you literally nothing compared to like this side. So look at this bronzer. Beautiful. So again, a very, very similar shade. The iHeartRevolution is slightly more warm on the skin, ever so slightly, but I mean, you can literally not even tell if I didn't compare them. Like, you can just go for this bronzer duo and have the same effect, almost the exact same color and formula. It's a very lightweight powder, very smooth looking. Again, doesn't look patchy or dry. And when I say it's lightweight, it doesn't feel heavy on the skin, and it doesn't look heavy. It just looks naturally, again, like almost airbrushed on the skin. I do have the MAC and Stranger Things collection. This is from the Human World part of the collection, and this is the Friends Don't Lie blush. So this one is, oh my god, I can't get over the packaging. So pretty. This is a beautiful pink blush, and this is, well, it looks like it's going to be super bright, and it's not that bright, but if I just put it on the hand, I'm going to show you what it looks like before I put it on the cheeks. So this is Friends Don't Lie, which is a really nice cool pink. And the blush I found, which I think is a dupe, or close to be a dupe, is from Revolution. This is the Reloaded blush in the shade Pink Lady. Now, it looks different when you actually look at them in the pan. This looks a little darker, but when you swatch this one, it's pretty much almost the same as this, using a different finger and going in. I mean, it's almost identical. Almost identical. Can you guys see that? So let's put it on the cheeks. This is the only one that I was a little bit hesitant about because I didn't know if it was a complete dupe. But I mean, they look almost the same. So I'm going to go for it and let's see. Also both a matte finish. And both have that really nice, like, I don't want to say bubblegum pink because it's not, but you know what I mean, like doll-like pink almost. Love it. So that is the Friends Don't Lie side, the high-end side. And also this is limited edition. So once this is gone, it's gone. So what that means is if you do like this kind of shade, then you literally have an alternative to this one to have. So I'm going to switch brushes again and show you guys Pink Lady from Makeup Revolution. Let's see, is it the same? Oh my god, it's gonna be the same. Oh my god, I'm so excited right now. Oh my god, it's literally the same. And if I just buff it out with a big brush after, I think that's the same. What do you guys think? It's pretty much a similar tone, both a matte finish, very buildable. Honestly, I'm super impressed with my little choice. I'm just going to slightly buff it out. For highlighter, I'm going to be, oh, this is a dupe. Oh, this is a dupe. I'm going to be going into the high-end side, which is the R.E.M Beauty Interstellar Highlighter Topper Highlighter. And this is in the shade Miss Venus. So Miss Venus is a beautiful golden white, like white gold pearl highlighter is how I can describe it. It's got a white base, but then it has a very gold shift to it. Let me show you. This is Miss Venus right there. A beautiful, can you see that? Like, it just is a beautiful candlelit golden white glow. And the dupe, because I know I have to do the high-end side first, but I can't wait to just swatch it and show you. So this is from Relove by Revolution, the super highlighter in the shade Champagne. And it looks darker when you look at it, but this is literally a white gold, exactly the same, taking a different finger right there. I mean, I think that is pretty damn close to what you can get. I mean, to find in my collection as well. It's a white gold, like it's a white gold. The Miss Venus is slightly, I mean, it's exactly the same looking at it in the mirror, but the Miss Venus is slightly more pigmented. Whereas this side is a little more subtle, but it's the exact same shift and tone. But you guys will see it on the cheeks. The only thing I don't like about the Super Highlight is it's a little bit of a drier formula, whereas the R.E.M Beauty one is a little more silkier. Going into the R.E.M Beauty side with a nice fan brush. Giving myself a little angel glow. How pretty is that? Just looks so like ethereal. And then for the drugstore side, this is a little more chalky, I want to say, but I mean it still gives the same. Oh my god, yes. Yes. Can you guys see just that white golden glow? Why is this side better? Why is the drugstore side looking slightly better? I feel like this one actually has a little more shimmer in it. Maybe just, yeah, I think actually this is showing up a lot more on the cheeks. This looks a little more natural, whereas this is like bam, glow, you know? This is £3. £3. R.E.M Beauty's like 24 maybe. So for eyes, I did struggle with this one, so do bear with me. I'm sure I will come back stronger with a good eyeshadow palette dupe in the next dupes video, but I'm going to be trying this dupe out and hope for the best. So I have another MAC Stranger Things collection product. This is the Void eyeshadow palette, and this is what it looks like. So this comes with all these beautiful like Halloween tones, cool tones, spooky tones, and I love it. I live for it. Absolutely love it. But one I was looking at, I was like, oh my god, that could be a dupe. It's also a very spooky collection. It's the Makeup Revolution and Simpsons Treehouse of Horror Halloween collection, which you can still get. It's still available, I believe. I will link everything down below anyway, but this is the like the same kind of theme, you know, spooky vibes. And then look at the colors. Okay, it doesn't have the red and the green like the MAC one, but it still has those cool tones right there. So you can see there's like a nice taupey mauve, which we have in this palette. We have the black, which we have in this palette. We also have the, where is it? The frosty white, which is also the frosty white in this one. And then possibly one of the duochromes as well. So, I mean, I think it's a good dupe. I think it's a good alternative is what I should say. So I'm going to be giving this one a go, and I always do a warm tone look, so let's go for a cool tone look this time. So I'm going to be going into the high-end side and taking this shade, which is called Demogorgon, which is a matte taupe. Again, of course, using different brushes, and I'm just applying that in my crease. If you guys actually have a drugstore dupe that you want to share with everyone, leave it down below, and it can definitely help me for my next video to compare them as well. So this is a nice little cool tone mauve moment, and then we're going to go into Monkey's Paw from the Bart palette, and this is pretty much, who is texting me? Pretty much the same like tone, same shade. I'm just going to buff that in the crease on the drugstore side. Oh my god, it's literally the same. I'm getting excited. Next, I'm going into Spores, which is that frosty white, and I'm actually going to place that all over the lid. This is a metallic frosty white. So this just gives me a really nice little pop of highlight. I'm going to apply that in the inner corner as well. Going into Nevermore, which is also a frosty white. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, exactly the same. I feel like this one's a little more pigmented, actually, the one from the Bart palette. But same frosty white if I show you guys. Next, I'm going to be going into the Void, which is a matte black. I wish I did this first because I do not want to get black on my clothes or on my face. So this is just going on the outer corner with a semi-fluffy brush. Not super fluffy, but not super dense either. Just to buff this to make it really nice and smoky. A different brush, and I'm going into the Bart palette, of course, and I'm going to be taking the Raven, which is that black right there. It has a slight sheen, but I'm pretty certain it's going to go on matte. What do we think so far? Again, just kind of smoking that out on the outer corner. Oh my god, I'm in shock. Is anyone else shocked at my face right now? I think this is one of the best dupes video to date that I've done. So next for mascara, I'm going to be going into the MAC Extended Play Gigablack Lash Mascara, which is a very skinny wand. Looks like that. And this is going to be my mascara. It's such a great one. It's lengthening. It coats every single lash. And it's honestly one of the best ones for the lower lashes as well. Or if you do struggle with having short lashes, this is really just going to lift them up. Classic MAC mascara. I'm sure you guys have heard of this one, but if you haven't, definitely look into it. If you don't mind paying the money. But if you do want an alternative, or pretty much a dupe is what I'll say, then let me show you guys the drugstore side. The drugstore side is going to be the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara. Same skinny wand, exactly the same. And I'm just going to be coating my lashes with this one. This one I actually like better than the MAC. This is actually doing more for my lashes. And I'm going to apply it on the lower lash line as well. I'm not going to be putting a mascara on the bottom because I'm not going to be putting eyeshadow on the bottom because the mascara is giving it a nice full look already. And finally, for lips, I'm going to be going into two products, a lip liner and a lipstick. So I'm going to be going into the Haus Labs lip liner in the shade Pointe. Let me show you guys what it looks like. So that's Pointe from Haus Labs. And it's a beautiful, like, natural, soft brown shade. And then I have the NYX lip liner in soft brown for the drugstore side. And I know that, wait, what did I do? Yeah, that side is the NYX one. And then that's Haus Labs. So again, a soft brown, literally soft brown. Look at that shade. And I do feel that the NYX one is a lot creamier as well. It's maybe slightly darker. For lipstick, this one was a difficult one, but I'm going to be going into the Dior lipstick. I know, very pricey. This is the Rouge Dior lipstick in Rose Montaigne, $2.19. It's a beautiful, like, peachy pink nude and very shiny. Super beautiful, super beautiful. And I'm so scared that this is not going to be a dupe, but let's just go for it. Don't call me out if it's not. But this is the Revlon lipstick for the drugstore side, and this is the cream lipstick in Bare Affair 044, which looks like this. Also a peachy pinky nude. And a very, very similar formula where they are both very sheer in colour, but still give like a little bit of colour and shine. Almost identical. Almost identical. I mean, if you were to really, really pick on it and look closely, then, I mean, you would be able to tell that they're different, but... So this is my final look. Let me know what you guys think of the drugstore dupes that I found for the high-end products. I honestly think, again, one of the best drugstore dupes video that I've done, because I feel like everything just looks like one. I really, really cannot tell much difference. It is absolutely insane to me how these products basically went on and how they look, even though they're different products and different brands and different, almost different colors. I love it. I absolutely love it. So let me know what you guys think. Leave me all your thoughts down below, and also some other drugstore dupes down below as well for me to test out in another video. And give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. I hope it was helpful, and I hope everyone is staying safe. Until next time, I'll speak to you guys all in my next video.